because Archangel Michael says stop everything and pay close attention. What's coming isn't a dream? Isn't a rumor and isn't someone else's problem. The footsteps headed toward your home carry more than sound. They carry judgment, misunderstanding, secrets, and something you never thought would be used against you. The wind shifted 3 nights ago. Something invisible entered your home, something dark and watching. It didn't knock, it didn't ask permission, it just stayed, feeding off the silence and preparing the trap. Now the alarm bells have rung in heaven. Archangel Michael stood before the throne and raised his sword, pleading your case. But even he cannot stop what's already been set in motion, because someone has already spoken your name in a dangerous place. The knock on your door will not be casual. It will be heavy, it will be decisive, and if you do not know why it's happening, you are not ready. Archangel Michael says the police are not arriving by mistake. Someone has given them a reason, someone who smiled at you recently, maybe even offered you a drink, but behind closed doors they whispered your name into a file. They are watching to see if you run, hide, or break. You trusted the wrong person. A conversation you had in confidence was recorded. A photo of you, innocent in context, was taken, cropped, and sent to the wrong hands. They twisted the truth. They gave your name, but not your story. They made you look like a villain in a play you didn't even audition for, and now the script is ready. The scene is unfolding. You are not prepared, but the moment is already walking toward your door. Blessing code 771. The arrest is not for what you did, it's for what someone else made it look like you did. A payment you received last month, a message you sent in passing, a package that arrived at your doorstep that you never opened. They turned all of it into evidence. They started watching your online movements. They mirrored your phone. They even impersonated your voice through an AI call. The trap is digital, the crime is illusion, but the punishment could be very real. Archangel Michael says if you feel an unexplainable heaviness, if you've been seeing shadows move past the corners of your eyes, if your heart races without warning, it's not anxiety. It's divine detection. Your spirit senses what your mind has not yet accepted. Someone put your name on a list. They had no right to touch. The system has been activated, but don't panic yet, because the angel army has just received their command. Blessing code 198. The clock on your wall isn't lying. You've been given one more window, one moment to prepare, to shift, to listen to heaven. There's a camera across the street. It wasn't there 2 days ago. There's a man pretending to fix a cable box. He's not from the company. You know, the pressure isn't random. The delay isn't coincidence. What's happening is spiritual surveillance at its peak. Michael says the reason they are coming to arrest you is tied to jealousy. Someone saw your eyes, someone heard your name spoken in a room full of important people. They couldn't bear the light shining on you. So they forged something. They faked a signature. They used your name on documents you never signed, and now the law is coming, not to ask, but to seize. They want to take your devices. They want to search your space. But more than anything, they want to break your confidence. Blessing code 440. The war isn't legal. It's spiritual, and the falsehood is the weapon. But here's what they don't know: the angels are one step ahead. Archangel Michael placed a mark on your door last night while you were sleeping, a holy inscription. Only heaven's warriors can see. This mark will confuse your enemies. When they arrive, their words will stumble, their certainty will shake. Something will stop them from going all the way. But that doesn't mean you should sit and do nothing. Michael is asking you to stay calm, but prepare your truth. Get your heart aligned with your purpose. Gather your inner strength, because what's coming isn't just a misunderstanding, it's a divine test. Blessing code 563. Someone is watching to see if you break, but you won't. They will try to rattle your spirit, but they will find only clarity in your eyes. Why? Because you are not the same person you were last year. That file with your name on it has been tampered with. An unknown woman accessed it under the guise of legal review. She made changes. She replaced your innocence with suspicion, but she didn't know God keeps records too, and heaven's records can overwrite anything man-made. Michael says the woman's name will be exposed soon. Her reason will shock you more than her betrayal. It has nothing to do with money and everything to do with the favor on your life. Blessing code 619. You are going to be arrested, yes, but not for long, because the very moment you are taken in, an internal shift will happen. The officer who's meant to process your name will feel something strange. He'll hesitate, he'll pause, and he'll speak to you differently. Why? Because his daughter had a dream about you the night before. She described your face. She said an angel told her you were wrongly accused, and just like that the divine thread will pull through the chaos. Archangel Michael says your story will not end with bars or chains. It will become a testimony so powerful they'll write about it in future generations. But you must not run, you must not resist, you must stand like someone who already knows heaven is watching. The spiritual battle is bigger than the officers, bigger than the false witness, bigger than the papers they bring. What's happening is a ritual of reversal. The enemy is trying to pull you down using fear and humiliation, but what they didn't expect was your strength under pressure. Blessing code 727. The betrayal hurts, the accusation stings, but what's coming afterward will be glorious. God is allowing this moment not to punish you but to announce you. They thought arrest would break you. Instead, it will reveal the injustice around you and uncover dark layers hiding in the system. Do not explain everything now. Let the silence speak. Let the angels war in realms you cannot see. A name will be cleared, a trap will be exposed, a liar will be silenced, and your name will be whispered again, but this time with reverence. Blessing code 850. Prepare your space. Place your hands on your door. Say aloud that you are innocent. Heaven hears, heaven acts. There will be moments in the coming hours when everything feels surreal, when reality bends and time feels slower. That is the Spirit working in real time. Stay aligned, do not panic. A flash drive will be found in someone else's home with real proof. It will show exactly who framed you and why. Michael will cause this flash drive to be delivered into the hands of someone who once disliked you but now feels moved to defend you. Archangel Michael says stay strong, they are coming, but they will not stay. You are rising. This is the fire before the flight, and when the sky clears and your name is redeemed, you will not return to your old life. You will step into a new one with clarity, one with freedom, one where justice was your chariot and truth was your weapon. You've been warned. Yes, but you've also been chosen, and that makes all the difference. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. The sirens may not be loud yet, but the spiritual alarm is already screaming across dimensions. You are standing in the center of a courtroom built by lies, but your defense isn't coming from man. It's rising from heaven. Archangel Michael has already drawn his sword, not just a shield, but to expose the hidden accuser who thinks they are safe. There is a specific message that was sent from a phone number not saved in your contacts. That message has now been flagged. The irony, you didn't even respond, yet somehow that silence is now being used as a sign of guilt. But what the enemy didn't expect is divine reversal. What they meant for destruction will serve as revelation. Their lies have tied them up tighter than they realize, and soon their own story will contradict itself in front of the law. Blessing code 902. There's a camera on your street that caught something vital. It shows who actually dropped the mysterious envelope at your door last Tuesday. It wasn't you, and it wasn't coincidence. That footage is currently being reviewed by someone unexpected, a rookie officer who has been having recurring dreams about your face. They don't understand why, but they feel the pull to investigate deeper. That small nudge from their spirit, that's Archangel Michael at work. The truth is pushing its way to the surface. Every false thread is starting to unravel one by one. Heaven is exposing the layers. Archangel Michael says the person who framed you is not working alone. There's a group, a small network. One of them knows your habits, one of them knows your routine, and one of them is secretly struggling with guilt. This third person, the one with the quietest voice, is about to break They'll try to confess anonymously. At first they'll say too much in a chat message they meant to delete, but the message will be screenshot, preserved, protected, because heaven always keeps receipts. Blessing code 999. Do not fear the arrival of the officers. The house visit isn't meant to destroy, it's meant to expose. Your home is about to become the place where divine justice descends, where masks are ripped off and where the truth is finally crowned. You won't be dragged. You won't be shouted at. There will be tension, yes, but suddenly a strange stillness will fill the air. The officer leading the operation will pause mid-sentence. Their voice will crack, their eyes will twitch as if something unseen just whispered into their soul. That's Michael, that's intervention, the same angel who has stood in front of armies, battled through hellish gates, and pulled down empires. He's now standing in your living room. You are not abandoned, you are not condemned, you are about to witness a miracle dressed as mayhem. Blessing code for 2 to 1. The next 24 hours are sacred. If possible, remain still. Limit your interactions. Do not share unnecessary words with anyone who has ever made you feel unsafe, even subtly. This is not the time for explanations, it is the time for divine revelation. The accuser is already losing ground, their confidence is cracking. They received an anonymous letter today, sealed in gold ink, no return address, just one line inside. You tried to bring them down, but now heaven has heard. They know it's over, but they'll try one last move before surrendering. That's why the police are still en route, but once they arrive something shocking will happen. They'll receive a call, a woman's voice on the other end, panicked, frantic, admitting that voice belongs to the one who knows the full truth. Blessing code 312. Michael says, do not speak first, wait. Even when they ask you questions, pause, let your silence rattle their assumptions. The longer you wait to speak, the clearer the truth will echo through the room. The angels will make sure of it. A signature that was forged using your initials is going to be proven false. The pen pressure doesn't match yours. The handwriting analyst will confirm it, and that's the moment everything will begin to shift. Your name will no longer feel like a target, it will become a testimony. Archangel Michael says, even as this unfolds, don't forget your destiny is too big to be destroyed by paperwork and police tape. This is a purge, a cleansing, a spiritual courtroom where your name will rise like fire through fog. The real purpose behind this attack was to weaken your spirit so you would walk away from your calling, but they failed. Blessing code 844. You are stronger now than you've ever been, and once this storm passes, new doors will open. You will be called to speak, to share, to empower others who were falsely accused, who were betrayed in silence, who were nearly broken by a system they didn't build. You will become the voice no one could shut down. This arrest will not hold chains, it will break them. This file with your name will become the foundation of a public apology. The people who mocked you will line up to hear your story, and those who doubted you will ask for guidance. You will rise, and they will remember. Blessing code 577. Your name, your face, your truth, it was all built to withstand this. Even the fear you feel now isn't real, it's being projected to confuse your inner light, but Archangel Michael has placed a spiritual firewall around your emotions. Breathe, center yourself. There's a bigger mission coming once this moment ends, and they know it. That's why they're afraid, that's why they're rushing, and that's why the arrest attempt won't succeed. It will backfire because heaven has already ruled in your favor. The court of angels has spoken. The trap has become the testimony, and you are walking out of this storm with more power than you had before it started. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, heaven did not send this storm to drown you, it was allowed so you could rise through it untouched, undefeated, and undeniable. This moment of chaos is the final stage of your spiritual elevation. The enemy that spoke your name into darkness had no idea you were already cloaked in divine light. That light is starting to burn through the illusions It's revealing fingerprints, phone logs, conversations, and secret transactions. You are not alone. A stranger you've never met is about to defend you publicly. They've seen a piece of the truth and it shook them to their core. They are sending an anonymous tip that will flip the entire narrative. Blessing code 229. Someone close to the person who accused you has changed sides. They've seen the real motive behind the lies: envy, obsession, and greed. That witness was silent for months, but they've now sent an encrypted file to law enforcement, one that proves you were being set up. The officers who arrive at your door will sense it. They may act firm, but there will be hesitation in their eyes. Something won't sit right in their spirit, and they will make a discreet call before they take you in. The divine disruption has begun. Blessing code 632. Inside the police station, a shift will occur as they try to file you into their system. A warning alert will pop up. It will say, "Do not process pending evidence review." They'll be confused, but you won't be, because heaven has already walked in ahead of you. Michael is already in the room, whispering into the ears of the ones who still believe in justice. You were not brought here to be broken. You were brought here to be cleared. You will not spend the night in custody. Your name will trigger protection. A record will be found showing that 2 years ago you unknowingly helped someone whose sibling now works within the system. That person will recognize you. They will pause the process. Archangel Michael says your kindness saved you before you ever knew you'd need saving. Blessing code 741. The people who plotted this have started to panic. Their texts are becoming erratic. Their phones are being watched now. They are realizing too late that framing you has framed them. A private investigator, one you didn't even hire, is looking into their accounts. They found duplicate files, altered receipts, and timestamps that don't align. These will soon be submitted to clear your name permanently. Once that happens, an official apology will be issued, quietly at first, but then publicly. Your name will be removed from the case and their names will be added to a new one. That's the power of divine reversal. Blessing code 880. You will return home before sunset. You will walk through your door not as a suspect, but as a survivor of spiritual warfare. Your energy will feel different. People around you will notice it. They'll send something heavy, try to take you, but it couldn't. A woman with high status will contact you within 72 hours. She will offer help, connections, legal resources. She is part of your divine team now. Michael sent her. She lost someone to false accusations once, and she's vowed never to let another innocent person suffer again. She will open doors you never thought possible. Blessing code 300. A new chapter is being written in the book of you. It starts not with shame but with strength. This moment that was designed to bury you will become the headline of your breakthrough. You will be invited to speak. You will be given platforms, not because you begged, but because they'll recognize the authority you carry now. The people who once blocked you will be silent. Their mouths will be shut by truth itself. They'll watch from the sidelines as the same world that questioned you begins to celebrate you. Archangel Michael says, do not hold bitterness. The storm was allowed to polish your name, not stain it. You were not arrested to be punished. You were positioned to rise. Blessing code 441. After this you will begin to attract higher level people, mentors, protectors, spiritual allies. Not everyone can come with you anymore. You've crossed into another realm of divine clarity. You are no longer someone they can intimidate, no longer someone they can trick, no longer someone who bows in the face of accusation. You are divine royalty, crowned by fire, protected by light, and held by heaven. Your name is safe now. Your future is shielded. Your testimony is about to change lives. You made it. The trap failed. The angels. One end of divine message. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says this was never meant to end in handcuffs. It was meant to trigger a divine interruption in your destiny timeline. What looked like an arrest was actually an awakening. You were chosen to go through fire so the truth would come out through you. This situation, as painful as it is exposing corruption far deeper than just your name being misused. It's opening the lid on years of secret agendas that others were too afraid to touch. You were Sent into this moment as a divine disruptor, not a victim, not a criminal, but a holy whistleblower ordained to shine where shadows used to rule. Blessing code 517. The angels are not just protecting you, they are also collecting evidence in realms beyond what you can see. Conversations that were deleted are being restored, files that were wiped are being uncovered, private calls are being brought back from digital voids. Heaven surveillance is more complete than anything man can produce. The arrest attempt was a last-ditch effort to humiliate you before your moment of elevation, but the very people trying to harm you have now been caught in their own plan. Their timelines are falling apart. You're about to be called into rooms you never imagined by people who once ignored you. Blessing code for 1. When you will be asked to share your story on a platform, on a podcast, on a national broadcast, you will tremble, not in fear but in awe, because the same voice that once screamed in private for help will now roar in public with authority. The pain you're experiencing now will one day become someone else's rescue. You're not just clearing your name, you're clearing a path for thousands, and the angel who fought beside you in silence, he will still be standing behind you when the cameras flash, when the world finally listens. Archangel Michael says the door they tried to lock behind you will become the door they can never walk through again, because you've been marked not with guilt but with divine favor. Blessing code 660. The fear you feel today is real but temporary. It is the trembling of your old identity being stripped away. You are no longer just surviving, you're about to walk in power. The same walls that were closing in will collapse behind you. Do you know what else they didn't count on? That someone in that police department is secretly interceding for you. They believe in energies, they believe in signs, and they got one. The moment your name came through their system, they saw a light flicker. They felt a chill. They heard a whisper in a language they didn't understand. That was Michael entering their space. Blessing code 200. This experience is going to change how people around you view you. They will no longer see you as one of them. You will carry the scent of divine survival, and it will follow you into boardrooms, courtrooms, and sacred rooms. You were chosen to go through this because you are strong enough not just to endure it but to transform it. This isn't a punishment, it's a preparation. When the false accusations die down, and you'll be given something unexpected: authority, spiritual, social, even governmental. You'll be consulted, respected, feared even by those who used to mock you. Archangel Michael says they tried to arrest you, but instead they anointed you. Blessing code 874. The enemy's plan backfired in the most spectacular way. Instead of silencing you, they just broadcast your name to the people who needed to find you. A spiritual leader in another city has already heard about your case. They've added you to their private prayer circle. They've never met you, but they saw your face in a vision and wrote your name down. Their next prayer is going to break open the final door, and after that no one will be able to touch your name again, not in the spirit, not in the law, not in the dark. You'll be shielded with a spiritual NDA, not defeated again. Blessing code 911. So when they arrive, breathe, let them speak. Don't be afraid of the badge, because heaven outranks every uniform. You are not the one on trial. The lie is, the jealousy is, the false document is, the forged message is, and all of it is being judged not by man but by God's justice. You only need to stand, because Archangel Michael will speak for you. You are not going to prison. You are going to purpose. You are not being framed, you are being fortified. You are not forgotten, you are being featured, and this arrest is about to be reversed into your announcement. If you wish to express your support further,